From the OUTV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics, proudly combating the thought police since 2016. Here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. Hurricane Harvey has completely devastated parts of Texas this week, leaving 23 and counting dead. Hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced from their homes. Harvey made landfall on Friday night, and it pounded Texas and Louisiana for 6 days straight. And it's not done yet. It shattered rainfall records, falling in feet instead of inches. And it continues now as a tropical storm, bringing new waves of punishing rains and emergency conditions. This is a massive crisis, and it's still developing. Cleanup recovery is going to take months, if not years. Our hearts are broken for the victims of the storm, and our thoughts and prayers are with all of those who have been affected. Meanwhile, at Mount Doom, Trump is pitching tax reform today. He says Republicans plan to overhaul the tax code, and this is going to be a boon for lower and middle-class Americans. Congress returns to Washington next week, but the leadership has yet to reach an agreement on any of the details. But Trump says, don't worry about the details, because we're going to hammer those out next Tuesday. No big deal. We'll do it Tuesday. The Democratic National Committee Chairman Tom Perez says that the Republican tax reform proposals would, and this is a quote, overwhelmingly benefit the super rich and corporations over the hardworking Americans. So that's what Perez says. The Pentagon revealed today that there are some 2,600 more American troops in Afghanistan than it previously acknowledged. That brings the number to approximately 11,000, which is a pretty even number. It's not the same number as the longtime public figure of 8,400, which is oddly not even. Strange. Did they purposely try to hide those numbers? Now that's just getting conspiratorial. The new Afghanistan figure does not include any of the additional troops that President Donald Trump just authorized as part of the revamped strategy he announced last week. The official numbers in Iraq and Syria, however, remain the same at 5,200 and 500 respectively. American troop numbers are a politically sensitive issue in Baghdad, where Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi is under pressure to show that the U.S. military presence is not permanent. But it's going to be a hard sell telling that to people when it looks like the military presence is increasing. Now, if you've ever been a gamer that found an exploit and was able to seize it, I'm sure you'll be impressed by this Republican congressman from Florida. He's introducing an amendment to protect Donald Trump from the Russia investigation led by Special Counsel Robert Mueller. His grand plan is to attach language to a government spending package that would end Mueller's investigation after 6 months and stop it from looking into any activities that took place before June 2015. Now, when it comes to spending, Democrats have become increasingly concerned with Secret Service payments to the Trump Organization. Just last week, Secret Service Director Randolph "Tex" Ailes told the USA Today that more than 1,000 agents have already hit their federally mandated salary and overtime caps while protecting the Trump family. Adam Schiff joined the choir on Wednesday with a proposal to block Secret Service funds from going to Trump-owned entities. The amendment seeks to stop Trump properties from making any money off of the security demands imposed by the president's frequent visits, whether it be through golf cart rentals or other charges. So get ready for a lot of congressional bills and tons of fun with amendments when Congress returns to Washington on Tuesday after the long holiday weekend. Just when you thought the news couldn't sound any more like an apocalyptic vision from Nostradamus, today President Trump questioned why the United States should even keep open the possibility of talks with North Korea, hours after the U.S. military conducted a missile defense test off the coast of Hawaii that it said was successful. The test came after North Korea launched a ballistic missile over the northern Japan area on early Tuesday, and North Korea warned that this was just the first step in having a Pacific operation. Now, late in the day, in Hawaii, the Navy and Missile Defense Agency combined their powers to carry out what was termed a complex missile defense flight test, intercepting, allegedly, and I would hope that if they didn't actually do this successfully, they wouldn't tell us. Don't ever tell me if you fail. But allegedly, they intercepted a mock medium-range ballistic missile using guided missiles launched from the destroyer USS John Paul Jones. Now, James Mattis, Mad Dog Mattis, continues to stress that we are never, ever out of diplomatic solutions. And we're going to continue to work together to provide protection for our nations and our populations and our interests. So everybody just chill out for a second.